Hi, smart devices are a bad idea. That's what this video is about. So if you just needed to know what the video is about, what the conclusion is, there you go. You can stop watching right now. If you want to know more, please listen some more. So years ago, not the first time I heard about smart devices and smart houses and all that stuff. But eventually I started to think about it because I started to hear some bad things. And it wasn't just about smart devices. It was about all kinds of things where companies, government agencies, nonprofits, everybody was being careless with security and privacy. There are companies that have been breached again and again and again, sometimes by the same method because they refuse to fix security breaches. There are companies that have been warned by penetration testers of security flaws in their systems, and they don't fix them, and then they get breached. And the same is true of smart devices. In fact, there have been a series of revelations where some smart device or other that was connected to the internet was used either by the company or by hackers or even the CIA, as in the case of Angry Birds and so on, to spy on you, wherever you are, wherever you have a camera, wherever you have a device. They can spy, they can take over your home network and you won't even know it. They can plant Trojans so that they can do all kinds of things on your system, in your home, in your car, on your phone, on your smartwatch, everything. So there are lots of videos out there about how somebody's Ring camera or some other device that they had in their home was hacked. Sometimes it was because of a security flaw in the product. Other times it was because the people who owned that product didn't know how to use good security to protect their devices from being accessed without permission. And that's a big issue. There are a lot of people in America that think, it doesn't matter. I've got nothing to offer. There's nothing that they can do that's going to hurt me. Well, imagine this. What if they use your name and your information and they buy a yacht or they buy a house somewhere else? And of course, you don't know about it until suddenly you get a notification that you're past due. What are you going to do then? Or say you happen to have a job at a company that they want to get into, and you may not have the access they need, but by starting with your account, because you did not protect yourself properly, they were able to hack into your company's systems. Do you think your employer will be happy about that? Or say, for example, your last $100 was in the bank, and because you were careless with your security, they took that $100 you needed for groceries, for gas to get to work, or a bus ride, or a taxi, or whatever it is. Or maybe you needed that for diapers, or maybe you needed it for medicine. You think that people are not going to target you, but you don't understand. There are people that don't care who you are. They don't care what you have. There are trolls who will try to make you miserable. There are gaslighters who will try to drive you crazy. There are criminals who will try to scare you into giving up your money, your bitcoins, whatever. There are pedophiles who will try to get access to your children's, not only their most private moments, but also get direct access to influence your children to do things on camera that they can then share with their pedo friends. You're not safe. Every device you've got that's on the internet, Wi-Fi or Ethernet or Bluetooth, whatever, is not safe. And anything that can be seen from a window is even less safe. So if you've got your alarm system set up where you can press your security key, code in, and that is visible from a window, well, two possibilities. They can use some kind of a transmission to that device to hijack it. Or they can just simply watch through a telescope or other device to see what you type in to turn off your alarm. There are all kinds of vulnerabilities in smart devices. Even medical devices are not properly secured many times by the companies that sell them and the companies that make them. And a lot of these companies don't really care. So when you outfit your house with all kinds of smart devices and you leave your computers on all the time and you leave all these points of illegal access to your computer systems and your phones and your refrigerator and stuff, you are inviting disaster. Say, for example, you have a smart range and somebody is able to get into your system and get into your smart range and tell it to turn it on to maximum temperature. And they do that as soon as you leave the house. Do you think that there's a possibility, however remote, that maybe your house will burn down because of that? Or maybe you have put some kind of a monitoring camera or microphone with a speaker in your baby's bedroom or your child's bedroom. Do you think that maybe they would hack into that to do something? Maybe they want to know when you're not home. And you always tell everybody on the social media places where you are so they know when you're not home. You give them the ping from your location. You put up photos and you haven't turned off location tracking, so that information about your current location or places you frequently go are on those videos and on those photos. So not only do they know where you are, they know where you're not. If they wanted to kidnap your child from you at the park because you're busy talking to somebody else while your child is playing, they could do that. If somebody wanted to rape you as you're doing your early morning pre-dawn run, they could do that. Stop sharing that kind of information. And please stop using simple passwords. Use sentences. Use words that don't mean anything. Use gobbledygook. Get yourself a password manager. Do something, because you are leaving yourself wide open to all kinds of bad things. Identity theft is another one. Like I talked about, somebody could go and buy a car in your name because they've stolen all the information that they need. And it's not like the government is really doing much to protect Social Security numbers. Those numbers were never designed for the purpose they have been used for my entire life, which is identification. They're not supposed to be used for that. And now they officially are used for that. And yet the government has done the appropriate steps necessary to protect from security breaches, to protect from the theft of Social Security numbers that are inactive, or the people have died, or and so on. So you ask, should you use smart devices? Not if you're going to be stupid about using them. Not if you're going to leave every virtual and real door open so that they can easily invade your home. And when I say invade, that could be virtually or in real life. Say, for example, you post all your information about, I'm going on vacation to the Dominican Republic, and I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. So the frog, what do they call themselves? The people who live in other people's houses when they're not home. They're going to be in your home while you're gone. If you're lucky, they're going to clean up after themselves. If you're not lucky, you're going to come home to a mess and no food. Say that your smart refrigerator is connected to the Internet of Things, and they turn the temperature down as low as it'll go. What's that going to do to your food? What's that going to do to everything in the freezer? Yeah, not good. Not quite as bad as the electricity in your house turning off. But wait, if you've got your electricity controlled by smart devices, they could turn your electricity off now, couldn't they? So, should you be using smart devices? If you're very clever about your security and your privacy, sure. But I would suggest that if you're going to do anything that is going to allow you to watch a room or watch the house, be very, very careful. And if you don't need to have it connected to the internet, don't. And if you do need to have it connected to the internet, make sure you have put into place every possible protective measure to keep you, your family, and your possessions safe. It could destroy your life. Thank you for watching. Have a safe, secure, and private day, week, month, year, decade.